Welcome to Prophecy Insights with Bro Steph. Welcome to the podcast. Today is December 2nd, 2016. The title of the report today, My Heart is Torn. And today I want to talk to you about what's coming for the land of Israel and for the Jewish people. And as many of you know, I am Jewish and I believe in the Messiah Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Many of the Jews today are looking forward to the coming of the Messiah. And one of the landmarks that they're looking to recognize him is that he will rebuild their third temple. Now, many Christians who have studied this out know that the rebuilding of the third temple is going to be done by the anti-Messiah, or the Antichrist, or the man of sin, as he's referred to in the book of Daniel. And the reason my heart is torn is because the level of suffering that my people, the Jews, are going to go through is going to be so devastating that 2/3 of the Jews are totally wiped out. Jerusalem's ransacked. The women are raped. And the fall of Israel and Jerusalem is imminent. But on Yom Kipper, the Jews are in mourning, and they're repenting of their sins, and they see coming out of the clouds the Messiah, Jesus Christ, to stop the carnage. And he will only come, the Bible tells us, when they are ready to say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." So the Jews have to go through all of this suffering. Zechariah chapter 12, 13, and 14. You should read those 3 chapters and tell me if your heart is not broken when you see the carnage that is coming, the next holocaust that's coming to the Jewish people. Now, a lot of Christian ministers, I hear this a lot, they're so excited for the return of Christ. And I can't wait for Jesus to return. Well, I'm excited for the return of Jesus Christ, but my heart's torn in two, and I'll tell you why. Part of me understands that the Jews have to walk through this in order for the return of Messiah to come. So I know that when he comes, all the suffering will be over, but the suffering that has to transpire so that the hearts of the Jewish people will be ready to receive him, that's what gives me nightmares. To be really honest with you, it is very disturbing to me. Now maybe it's because I'm Jewish and I don't want to see my people suffer anymore. I don't know the cause. But my heart is torn in two. There's a side of my heart that says, I don't want my people to suffer. And there's a side of my heart that says, but I know that they have to. And I wonder if the Lord, when he went to the cross, may have felt that tornness in his heart. A part of him that said, Father, if there's any other way to do this, please, let me do it, yet your will be done. And I think that the Lord was experiencing that tornness of heart for the suffering he would have to go through, but he knew on the other side of it, the joy that waited for him. And so I believe the Lord understands this tornness that my heart is experiencing right now because he experienced it. And so I reach out to him and I ask, Lord, help me to deal with the sadness and the joy, the bitter and the sweet, Help me to deal with that. I wanted to bring this out and to highlight this because I think a lot of Gentile, non-Jewish believers don't really understand what Zechariah 12, 13, and 14 is pointing out, that the return of Messiah will happen on Yom Kippur. Let's read it. Let's read it right now. This is Zechariah 12, 10 through 12. And I will pour on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplication. Then they will look on me, whom they pierced. Yes, they will mourn for him. That's a capital H, him, as one mourns for his only son, and grieve for him as one grieves for a firstborn. In that day there shall be great mourning in Jerusalem, like the mourning at Hadad Ramon in the plain of Megiddo. And the land shall mourn, every family by itself, the family of the house of David by itself, their wives by themselves, the family of the house of Nathan by itself, their wives by themselves. And so we see, until they're able to cry out, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, there's going to be a lot of suffering in Israel. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Please pray for the peace of Jerusalem and pray for the salvation of the Jewish people. May more and more Jews come to know their Messiah now so they won't have to suffer later. So join with my heart and ask a blessing on the apple of God's eye, and that he'll bring peace, eternal peace, to the land of Israel. And from the land of Israel, peace will go out from Israel, from Jerusalem, throughout the entire world. God bless you, and I'll see you again on the next Prophecy Insights with Bro Steph. And remember to keep looking up, because Jesus is coming back soon. And if you don't know the Lord, please, now is the day of salvation. Now is the time for you to yield your heart over to the Lord. Go to brosteph.com, scroll to the bottom of that page, and you'll see how to accept Yeshua, how to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior and Lord. Go through that information. Ask him into your life today. Blessings. See you next time.